Kev, it appears we're on the precipice of another Iran deal. I'm going to say another because I think the ruling party has a short memory. I remember Obama being lambasted for the Iran deal, um, which was in essence an exchange of resources for the promise of limiting development of nuclear energy just for that, for
Well,
energy and not for
for no
weapons
other reason to have that than to have inspectors
of
go
access.
down
Yeah.
and look at it. Now you have a blueprint of what the fuck is down there.
Right. So I just remember how critical they were of the Obama plan
Uh,
because it was an exchange. We're giving them something just to promise not to build bombs to kill us. He's weak. Obama's weak. So now I open today and I see the terms of this deal. It's still secret if this is accurate, if the sources are accurate. The terms that are being discussed are a 20 to $30 billion investment in new Iranian non-enrichment nuclear program that would be used for civilian energy purposes. So money for the development of energy and the promise of not enough nuclear development for weapons. This is the exact goddamn blueprint. I mean, there may be some differences in details that Obama did. And oh my God, all I remembered was giving the money. You're giving the terrorists money to. Now we're right back. We're right back to seeing
yeah, but
the only way this can happen.
it's a different world though.
It's a different world in Tehran.
Yeah.
Do explain.
This regime is this guy's getting old, man. And this regime is this is probably the sanctions and everything else that they've had put against them. I mean, they're a young, brilliant country full of talented doctors and scientists that are basically all trained here, and they just need, uh, in 1977, like women went to college in Iran, in Iran, and there were movie houses. It was, I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was almost as Western as so. It's not, and that's besides Beirut in Lebanon. There's really not a place I can think of that was more progressive. So, the,
But the what I'm talking about is 2015. I'm talking about the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, whatever the hell it was called. It was called the Iran deal.
yeah, my whole problem with all this shit is I know that I'm a little bit hawkish. I mean, that's my nature. So when you sent me the text when they first moved the B2s out of Missouri, you said, "Well, it looks like we're in this shit now."
Mm-hmm.
I said, not necessarily." I said, "They're sending those to Guam because what I had researched was they were going to send them to Guam, and then at the same time, that's when Israel started to bomb the eastern southern shore of Iran, so they could make sure that there weren't any radar situations or anything
When you cross over the
yeah,
airspace, yeah,
they
I get
come
it.
right in through the Gulf there, which made sense, But no, they said, "Fuck it, man. We're just gonna fly across Iran and come in the back door." But like they're at a point right now where this I'm gonna just roll this back real quick. Name 3 days in a row where China or Russia hasn't had a comment in the last 5 years. Russia got shit
This
to say.
week,
Yeah, Russia's got nothing to say. China's got nothing to say. Fucking because know why? Because ain't nobody and they, to say that we knocked it out for 2 or 3 weeks, you know, like to take talk shit about like just the fact that you pulled that off. It's still precision armaments and a plane that's fucking 190 feet fucking across with I mean, that shows up like a BB on a fucking radar map. To know that this country has this is one thing. To know that this country can use it, hey, if that was a nuke, shit, there would be no fucking conversations of whether or not they got the fucking thing.
Well, every presidential administration has had strategic military strikes somewhere. It's no secret that the
Not like
United
this
States
though.
can pull this off. I don't think anyone's shocked by this.
I don't think that anybody's shocked, but I tell you one thing: when I'm watching fucking television, and my wife just looks over at me because she's on social media, and she said we just fucking dropped, and I in my mind I'm thinking we were gonna drop 1 or 2 bombs. I didn't think we'd send like 5 bombers with fucking 12.
Hmm.
I just didn't think it was going to be that intensive. So
But my point is, after all this, Kevin, I know you're hawkish. You're excited about the mission. You know the bombs we're talking about. You know the planes. But after it, we are right back to Trump in 2018 withdraws from this agreement with Iran that Obama put into effect in 2015, criticizing it. After our big mission, waving our big dick to the world, what's the solution long term? He's going right back to where we were, some diplomatic agreement, resources, trading resources for safety. We're right back to here. So, what's the goddamn point? What's the lesson here? Did we learn anything? Did we learn anything, Washington?
I don't know, man. It's to me it has, of course, not the same, but it's one thing to put uh, a kilometer of fucking mechanized equipment on a border of a country like Ukraine and then cross it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and if I was,
That's so World War II. It's completely different to fly shit that we fucking got the technology out from fucking Roswell. You know, I mean, you can say what the fuck you want to, but that's just a bigger version than the gimmick they fucking flew on Independence Day. So
how many planes that we sent over?
I think we
Was it
sent
just
6, didn't we? Or was it? It was 12 total, so we had to have sent 4, right? Each one dropped 3.
right? But they were preceded by,
Tomahawks hit first.
right, okay,
They shot 30 Tomahawks from subs.
right, right. So what's next?
Well,
What's next with
everything
Iran?
that I've watched from the talking heads on both sides is, and especially the generals, is once again we did what we did in the Middle East with Afghanistan and Iraq. Is we always have a great first day plan, but we never plan for day 2. Like if they would have got a missile into a chow hall someplace, say in Doha, and killed 50 of our troops.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough of is that enough of a retaliation to where now we've got to fucking ratchet it up? Like that's the whole thing. You've got to like we're blessed to have pulled the mission off It went spectacular. You couldn't win any better. The munitions were what they were. I'll guarantee you that nobody has a real idea what kind of damage it is because it's just no matter what, it's still buried. You know, I just don't see how, unless it was 5 miles deeper than they thought it was. But I know one thing. I that the 2 days. I think it started 2 days. 2 days before there was, I mean, just a caravan of trucks in front of in front of that. They were moving shit. So they definitely move shit.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look into it, it's like it takes plutonium, uh, weapons grade plutonium 100, let's say. It takes 20 kilos of that to make a fucking weapon. So a 45-pound dumbbell, basically. How many 45-pound dumbbells do you think you can back one of those Toyota fucking vans?
You
Put
mentioned,
some rugs over it.
well, now the smaller, more contained nuclear um, uh, projectile, which could have uh, floored the
It's just
operation there.
it would just be of lesser yield.
Like, what is it called? What's the technical term for it?
Whatever, I think it's megaton.
Okay.
Like, if it has, uh, X amount of megaton, like they've got fucking shit now that are, has 50 times the destructibility that the Hiroshima
Hmm.
armament did.
No, that would have decimated. Trump said everything's decimated, and it may or may not be. You can't tell, but no, but that would have ensured rendering the sites
I
useless
think that would have also ensured so much instability worldwide to fucking see
because of
another.
the aggressive
Well,
nature
just to
of
see,
the
yeah. Can you imagine fucking everywhere you look to see that mushroom cloud,
right.
and then fucking match it with the last two we left,
Yeah.
and then we point and say we're the fucking we're not the heels,
Right.
So,
Right. Good
but
point.
I look at it and I say I think Truman made the right call, and I think Trump made the right call.
All right. Very good. We'll see where it goes.